Welcome to Born to Win Legend, the home of stories where history's greatest figures come alive to inspire the world. Today, we unfold the life of Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-king of Rome, remembered not just as an emperor but as a timeless guide for how to live with wisdom, courage, and humility. Marcus Aurelius was born in Rome in 121 AD into a noble family. From an early age, he was drawn not to luxury or power, but to philosophy. He would spend hours reading, writing, and reflecting on the meaning of life. Those around him could already sense that this was no ordinary boy. While others dreamed of wealth and glory, Marcus sought truth, self-discipline, and purpose. He admired the Stoic philosophers, men who believed in mastering their emotions, living with virtue, and accepting life's trials with strength. Fate, however, had chosen Marcus for something greater than the quiet life of a philosopher. At just 17 years old, he was adopted by Emperor Antoninus Pius, making him heir to the Roman throne. For most young men, this would have been a dream of absolute power. But Marcus did not see it as privilege. He saw it as a duty, a burden to be carried with responsibility. When Antoninus died in 161 AD, Marcus became emperor of the vast Roman Empire. Yet he did not take the throne alone. He shared power with his adoptive brother, Lucius Verus. Together they ruled. But it was Marcus who carried the true weight of leadership. His reign would test him like few others in history. Almost immediately, Rome faced crisis after crisis. In the east, the Parthian Empire threatened war. In the north, Germanic tribes pressed against Rome's borders. At home, famine and plague spread through the cities. Most men would have collapsed under the pressure, but Marcus Aurelius endured. He did not hide in palaces or delegate all responsibility. Instead, he traveled with his soldiers, slept in tents, and faced the hardships of war alongside them. During these brutal campaigns, Marcus wrote down his private thoughts, never meant to be read by the world. These writings would later become the famous work known as Meditations. In them, he reminded himself to stay calm in chaos, to lead with justice, and to accept whatever fate brought his way. He wrote not like an emperor, but like a man speaking to his own soul. Lines such as, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength," continue to inspire millions today. But the emperor's burdens did not end with war. A devastating plague swept through the empire, killing countless people, including soldiers in his own army. Once again, Marcus did not retreat. He worked tirelessly to organize relief, to provide aid, and to keep Rome from collapsing under fear and despair. Despite his heavy responsibilities, Marcus Aurelius ruled with fairness and compassion. He was called the philosopher-king, a ruler who sought wisdom above conquest, who preferred peace to war but never shrank from duty when conflict came. He reformed laws, promoted justice, and cared for the welfare of his people. Unlike many emperors, before him, he had no taste for excess or cruelty. His true ambition was to serve Rome and to live according to the principles he cherished. Yet his life was not without sorrow. His beloved wife, Faustina, whom he trusted deeply, passed away during his reign. He endured the grief with the same stoic strength he had always practiced, writing in his notes that death was but a natural part of life, and all one could do was accept it with grace. Marcus Aurelius ruled for nearly 2 decades, guiding Rome through some of its most difficult years. When he finally passed away in 180 AD, he left behind not only an empire still standing, but a legacy of wisdom that would transcend time. His writings in Meditations are now regarded as one of the greatest works of philosophy, a handbook for how to live with dignity, courage, and peace of mind in a world filled with chaos. He was the last of the 5 good emperors, and with his death, Rome entered a more turbulent era, yet his example remains untouched. Marcus Aurelius showed the world that true greatness does not lie in wealth or power, but in character, in the ability to endure hardship, to remain humble in triumph, and to rule not with fear but with wisdom. Even today, more than 18 centuries later, leaders, thinkers, and ordinary people turn to Marcus Aurelius for guidance. He reminds us that life will test us with battles, both external and within, but that victory comes not from controlling the world, but from mastering ourselves. This is the story of Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who carried the sword in one hand and philosophy in the other. A ruler, a warrior, a thinker, and above all, a man who proved that wisdom can shine even in the darkest of times. You've been watching Born to Win Legend, where we bring the lives of history's greatest figures to light. If Marcus Aurelius inspired you, subscribe to our channel and join us as we continue to explore the legends who defined human history.